The Fort Worth herd was established in 1999 to celebrate Fort Worth's 150th year anniversary by driving 15 trophy-sized steers down Exchange Avenue to commemorate a time in history when Longhorns came through this area just after the Civil War. The Fort Worth herd is the world's only twice-daily cattle drive. Fort Worth is along the route known as the Chisholm Trail. This city was one of the last stops along the way for supplies and rest for the drovers before they made their long trek north to Kansas, through Oklahoma and the Red River. We are remembering a time in history when millions of cattle came through Fort Worth and made a significant impact on the economy. We drive these cattle along East Exchange Avenue to preserve the Western heritage that Fort Worth is so proud of. Our drovers are on the street to interact with people, take pictures, answer questions, and for us to commemorate that historic time.
If we're going to look at acceptable condition of Longhorn cattle, we need look no further than the herd, which is paraded daily down Exchange Avenue at the famous Fort Worth stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas. These cattle are on public display, so a look at the physical condition of these animals will show what is publicly acceptable for Longhorn cattle. This photo is of one of the Longhorns that is paraded down Exchange Avenue. Look at the background of this photo. People are viewing the parade, so obviously these animals are in open view of everyone in attendance. Now look at the animal in the foreground. There are some ribs showing, a portion of spine is visible, and the tail head is visible. But this animal is on public display for everyone to view. Obviously, this animal is in acceptable condition for the Longhorn breed. As with people and other animals, there will always be those who express physically thin proportions and those who express much heftier proportions. So, with a view at these Longhorn cattle, which are on daily display to the public, now let's look at the O'Malley Longhorns, which the North Texas Humane Society claims are too thin and not taken care of. National investigative journalists with the United States Human Defense League traveled to the O'Malley Ranch in Hill County, Texas, to get to the real truth and found the O'Malley cattle well taken care of. As this photo shows, these O'Malley cattle do not look thin, and they do not look like they are not well taken care of. This black and white bull is in excellent condition, and the brown and white cow in the background looks as good or better than the Longhorn in the previous photo that is part of the Fort Worth Longhorn Parade. The photo of this black bull taken by USHDL investigators shows an animal in good condition. And the king of the ranch is a 22-year-old Longhorn who most certainly does not fit the claims being made by the North Texas Humane Society. Take a listen to comments made by USHDL investigators.
None of these look thin at all. Here he comes. That was 22 years old.
For a Longhorn to live 22 years is a credit to its owner because it shows that the animal has been very well taken care of throughout its lifetime. All of O'Malley's animals were running together on over 1,000 acres. O'Malley put out 19 round rolls of hay per day, as well as 750 pounds of protein cubes, along with free choice loose minerals and salt. The ration O'Malley is feeding her cattle includes approximately 45 pounds of hay and 2.3 pounds of protein per day per animal, which is straight along the guidelines from the University of Kansas and mirrored by Texas A&M University at College Station. All of O'Malley's hay and feed purchases are documented by paid receipts, canceled checks, and bank statements. Photos taken by private investigators, as well as photos and videos from mainstream media, show the O'Malley cattle to be well taken care of. So, what about the claims being made by the North Texas Humane Society, Hill County Sheriff Rick White, and the mainstream media that these animals are abused and must be taken? The documents and photos, along with the findings from personal investigators, clearly show these claims are false, and the cattle should never have been taken from O'Malley. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button below. And don't forget to subscribe to stay informed. Till next time, thanks for watching. The Animal News Network creates videos for commentary, criticism, teaching, and news reporting, and as such, makes use of copyrighted material under the Fair Use Act of 1976 and makes no claim to any copyrighted material used. Fair Use Copyright Disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use definition. Fair use is a doctrine in United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders, such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, or scholarship. It provides for the legal, non-licensed citation or incorporation of copyrighted material in another author's work under a 4-factor balancing test.